Okay, Jeff, we're back here at the machine where we'll actually we'll remove the actual filter rack from inside the machine. So to do that, first we have to disconnect some lines, and we also have to disconnect the UV light. So first things first, let's disconnect certain lines. Let me lower down my, see if I can lower down my tripod anymore. But anyways, we're gonna start by removing the, this is the feed line. So we remove the feed line. This is for the feed. It connects to the sediment filter in the back. And then after that, we remove the, let me adjust my camera. We remove this guy right here. This is to the tank, so we just pull that one out. And then after that, we disconnect the drain, which is this guy right here. It's connected to this piece that says 550 milliliter on there. And yeah, we take that off. And that is all the tubing that must be removed for now. And while we're at it, let's okay, so there's the UV light. It's right here. It has this connection right here, and it has these two connections, and then there's these two prongs on the side. You gotta hold them like this, and let me get this out of the way. So you have to hold both on the side, pinch down, and pull, and that should release them. So that's how that's released, and then we have that released. So after all that's run, okay, so it shouldn't be connected anymore. None of it should be connected, because we got rid of the, we unplugged the feed, we unplugged the tank, and we unplugged the UV light, and we unplugged the drain. So it should be free to go now. So these screws, they might be tightened, so you might have to loosen them with a Phillips head screwdriver in order to remove the rack. I'm not sure. The ones on this machine are loose already. So yeah, what you do is you basically just lift the rack. Let me see. We lift the rack up. I try to get it from the metal frame. Kind of. Okay, so you remove the metal frame. You lift it up and pull it out. And then that should be how you pulled that out. Alrighty. Now you should have a, that's how it should look. I'm gonna set mine on the ground. Adjust my camera a little bit. Let me set it on the ground. And then that should be here. And that is, okay. Now that we've done that, let's talk about removing the carbon from the carbon filters. So we should do that step next, because we're gonna need to replace the carbons. So might as well do those first. So from your filter set that I gave you, should have two carbons that look like this. I should have an in and an out. In and an out. Should say carbon on them. So after that, we got these carbons here. We got, with every filter set I send out some tubing, some white tubing. For instruction purpose, I send out about 6 feet, so you should have about 6 feet of tubing. For instruction purposes, I'm only going to be using this, this one, this piece right here. So what you want to do is, you want to grab the camera a little bit more forward, down a little bit more. Okay. So what you want to do is We got this thing right here. That's gonna be how we flush it. So here's the line to the feed, and the leak block sensor is connected to it. What you do is we connect it to the in, right here, like so. And then the out should be over a water jug, a bucket. And this will be your on and off switch. So when you turn it on, it should start flushing. It should start shooting water into the bucket. You'll see black stuff come out, and you do that for, I would do probably 4 gallons on each one of these ones. So I'd fill this bucket probably while running water through this. So yeah, that's how you remove it. So just remember that this ball valve over here is going to be your on and off switch. So once the bucket is full, we will just turn it off, and then it should stop, obviously. And then we would just unplug, and then shake off whatever. And then we grab the next filter, same thing, carbon. You plug it into the in, and then you would turn on the ball valve that's here, and that would start making the water come out of the out over the bucket, and then you fill up that bucket. So you would throw the water out, bring this in, and then you would do it again. So then you would fill it up again, about 4 or 5 gallons. Make sure there's no carbon whatsoever in it. And we do that because if there's carbon gets into that filter right there, it'll start producing algae. So it's very important we get all the carbon that's out of there. So we just fill up, make sure to run 4 gallons of water through here is basically what I'm saying. So we do that, and then we disconnect it. So that should be good. Well, actually, before disconnecting, obviously you should turn it off. That way no more water comes out. So that's how that works. And then after you're done with that, I would just remove the tubing. You should have about 6 feet of tubing. This is just what I was using. And that should be how you clear the carbons out. Now, I'm going to stop the video here. And then in the next part, we'll actually start on the actual filter change set. So to just go over what we've done is we unplugged all the tubing, unplugged the UV light, and then we pulled it out, set it on the ground, and then we connected some tubing to that ball valve down there by the leak block sensor, and we flushed the carbons. So the carbon should be flushed, and that's how far we should be going. We should be now. So carbon should be flushed, and the filter should be out of the system with its rack. And yeah, I think that's what we went over in this part. So on the next section, we'll actually get to the actual filter. So that'll be in the next part.